I spent weeks researching a real headphone launch with Claude. Then I connected one tool, and Claude stopped just giving me advice. It designed the product, it created the packaging, and it generated the launch ads. Claude was already the brain. Higgsfield gave it hands. So, how does that actually work? Let me show you. And don't worry, there is no coding marathon involved. This is one continuous Claude conversation called X-Gear 40 Nova product. I started by researching the leading headphones between $100 and $150. Claude compared competitors, studied customer complaints, chose the target buyers, developed the specifications, and set the final price at $129.99. And finally, we selected the name X-Gear 40 Nova. So I'm not starting with a random image prompt and hoping for the best. Claude understands the product, the customer, the problems we are solving, and why someone should buy these headphones. That's the brain part of this workflow. Now, I want to give that brain the ability to execute the visual work. Basically, the brain is ready. Time to attach the hands. The setup takes around 30 seconds. First, open Claude, go to Settings, and then Connectors. Then I add a custom connector. I name it Higgsfield and paste the official Higgsfield MCP address. It asks me to authorize the connection. I click Authorize, log in with my Higgsfield's account, click Allow, and boom, we're connected. No terminal, no complicated setup dance. Nice and easy. Claude handles the reasoning and creative decisions. Higgsfield handles the image and video generation. But there is an important question. How do I control the generation when I can't see the usual settings here? Inside the normal Higgsfield generator, I can choose the model, aspect ratio, duration, and most importantly, I can see how many credits the generation will consume. Because credits can disappear surprisingly fast when you get a little too excited with the Generate button. I control those same decisions from Claude with one permanent instruction. I gave it a prompt to always tell me these things and ask for my approval first. After that, my creative prompts can stay incredibly simple. Now I ask Claude to create 3 original logo directions for X-Gear 40. That's basically it, just one short instruction. And this is where the workflow becomes really interesting. Previously, I would use a language model to write a detailed prompt, copy it into an image generator, then return to improve it if the result was wrong. It was constant back and forth, basically prompt ping pong. But now, Claude does that work automatically. Look at what is happening here. I gave Claude a single line request. Claude turned it into a detailed production prompt. It used the existing research, selected the model, prepared the settings, checked the credits, and asked for approval. Then, after I approved it, Claude sent the completed request directly to Higgsfield. No copying, no rebuilding the context, no moving back and forth between different tools. And honestly, I don't miss the copy and paste workout. The logo options appear directly inside the conversation. I choose option 2 and lock it as the official X-Gear 40 logo. Next, I ask Claude to visualize the headphones. I want 3 original X-Gear 40 Nova designs that feel premium, comfortable, and realistic to manufacture. Claude initially selects Sea Dream, but honestly, I don't like these results. They don't look good enough for the product I want to launch. And this is where human judgment still matters. I don't accept a result simply because artificial intelligence generated it. Nice try, Claude, but no. I asked Claude to recreate the concepts using GPT Image 2, and these results are much better. The materials look realistic, the design feels premium, and the headphones look much closer to a manufacturable product. I select Image 1 and lock it as the official black X-Gear 40 Nova design. Then I type another very simple request. Give me more color variants. That's the whole prompt. No essay. Beautiful. Claude already knows which product design must remain consistent. The white version looks promising, but I want better resolution and a small blue detail in the logo. So I asked Claude to recreate it in 2K and add a restrained electric blue accent. That looks great. I lock it as the official white X-Gear 40 Nova variant. Now Claude remembers both approved versions, black and white with blue details. It can carry those identities into the packaging and ads without me repeating every detail. I asked for 3 premium packaging concepts for the black headphones. For the remaining images, I keep using GPT Image 2 because it gave me the strongest product results. Claude again shows the settings and credits first. I approve the plan, review the results, and select packaging option 1. Then I ask for 3 matching packaging concepts for the white variant, including the latest blue logo detail. Claude combines the research, approved logo, and locked product designs. And this is the final packaging direction I will send to the manufacturer. Notice how simple my instructions have become. Behind the scenes, Claude is using the conversation history, approved logo, and locked product designs to prepare the detailed Higgsfield request automatically. I don't have to explain the whole product again. I have now sent the final logo and packaging direction to my Chinese supplier. They had already shown me the samples, and we had locked the manufacturing price. The finished product should be ready next week. And honestly, I'm really excited to launch it. But before the product arrives, I need to prepare the launch ads. So yes, this is officially a right now problem, not a future me problem. The next decision is choosing the face of the campaign. I use my own image as the starting point and ask Claude to create an original adult female campaign identity. This gives the campaign a distinctive look without copying a celebrity or using a familiar stock model face. Let's see what I look like as a British fashion campaign. I asked for 3 adult campaign models between 25 and 30 years old. Claude shows the model, aspect ratio, output count, and estimated credits. I approve the plan, review the results, and choose option 1. Apparently, my digital twin gets more sleep.
No.
I lock this face as the official campaign model identity. Claude now understands the product, the color variants, the logo, the packaging, and the face of the campaign. Now I can create the social ads using one-line prompts. Now I will create pictures of my model in different environments wearing X Gear Nova 40. I will use these images to run ads on social media. The model and headphones stay sharp while the crowd becomes controlled motion blur. Now we reach the main end-to-end demonstration, a 15-second vertical launch commercial. I ask Claude to show our model moving through a neon-lit city. I want fast tracking, a dynamic orbit, a whip pan through passing lights, and a final push toward the headphones. Claude creates the starting images, then turns the selected image into video. From one direction, it prepares the production plan, selects the video model, and shows the 9:16 format, duration, quality, references, and credits. And then it waits for me. Only after I approve does Claude call Higgsfield, and the completed video returns inside the conversation, ready to preview. I also test another version using Cdance 2. Plot twist: the second part generates successfully, but the first part fails. The good news is that Higgsfield automatically returns the credits used for the failed generation, so I don't need to repeat everything. I can rerun only the missing first section and continue with the successful second part. From the same chat, I can give Claude a completely different motion challenge. So naturally, after designing headphones and packaging, I send an off-road vehicle flying through a canyon. I enter one short description for an original desert chase clip. A low-angle camera follows a modified off-road vehicle through a dusty canyon. The camera shakes, rocks fly toward the lens, and the vehicle drifts around a tight bend. There is no movie reference here, only an original description. Now look at how much Claude improves my short instruction. It expands it into a controlled cinematic prompt before sending it to Higgsfield. Higgsfield then handles the camera movement, dust, debris, suspension, tire interaction, and particle physics. The creative task is different, but the workflow is the same. Claude directs, Higgsfield generates, and I approve the important decisions. The value here is not just one impressive image. I used one conversation as the command center for the entire process. I didn't have to explain the business again before every generation, and I didn't have to copy prompts between several different applications. Claude directed the logo, variants, packaging, campaign model, social ads, and launch video. Higgsfield executed the media. A traditional workflow could involve separate research, strategy, design, photography, and video production stages. This does not remove the need for human judgment. I still rejected weak results, selected the strongest directions, approved the spending, and decided what represented the brand. But this workflow dramatically shortens the journey from research to campaign-ready creative work. Claude is not simply writing prompts. It's using the complete history of the product to coordinate every next step. If you want to give Claude its own creative production tools, you can connect Higgsfield MCP in around 30 seconds. Use my tracking link in the first lines of the description or in the pinned comment. Connect it to Claude and try this workflow with your own product or creative idea. Claude is the brain, Higgsfield gives it hands, and you remain the director, including the very important director's job of saying, "Nope, generate that one again."